Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading The American Left's Downward Spiral by Emmett Tyrrell on Townhall, posted July 13th, 2017. Emmett Tyrrell Jr. is founder and editor-in-chief of the American Spectator, a political and cultural monthly which has been published since 1967. I have returned from Europe, that is, and I hope I met with no Russian agents while there. The Soy-distant liberals are in a snit about the Russians. Apparently Donald Trump Jr. and the mysterious senior White House advisor, Jared Kushner, met with an agent of the Kremlin in June of last year, and they did not report their meeting to the powers that be. Who are the powers that be? Actually, I have no idea, but Trump and Kushner should have reported their exchange, which had something to do with the adoption or adaption or possibly Hillary Clinton's unwashed socks. You figure it out. The stalwarts of the American left, we no longer call them liberals, it is inappropriate, are in another of their tense moments with the Trumps, and of course it has something to do with the Trumps and the Russians. The left has developed an irrational fear of the Russians, and it is positively obsessed with them. I'm not sure why this is. Perhaps it is because the Russians today are no longer communist, and the erstwhile liberals had long admired certain aspects of the communist system. As I recall, they admired the Marxist-Leninist tax code and its attendant slow-growth economy. Remember their great economists such as Kenneth Galbraith and Lester Thurow, oohing and aahing over how prosperous Russia was in the 1980s, just before the crash of communism? How did that crash come about, comrades? Was it caused by something then President Ronald Reagan did? Reagan was the Donald Trump of his era. Are our friends to the left still perplexed as to how a B-list movie actor contributed to the fall of communism? Now what can they be expecting from a billionaire businessman? The morbid preoccupations of the American left continue apace. Of course, there is aforementioned paranoia over post-communist Russia, and there is the environment that is increasingly sickening the left, and the civil rights of public toilet users in certain red states, and civil rights in general. The Ku Klux Klan is making a comeback, and it is aided and abetted by the increasingly popular alt-right movement and the sons and daughters of the Confederacy, who object the expurgation of 5 years of American history back in the 19th century. Then there is the resistance movement that has been a theme with the American left ever since Hillary Clinton had her meltdown on election night. As David Galbraith pointed out last week in the Wall Street Journal, the American left has adopted resistance in response to the free and democratic election of President Trump. As Galbraith wrote, Democrats in their role as opponents of President Trump have taken to calling themselves the resistance. They are co-opting the term resistance from the Free French who, in World War II, opposed the Nazis in occupied France. In their delusions, the members of the American left are modern-day freedom fighters, and the Trumps are Nazis. Continuing the left's fantasy, the American army and its allies will eventually be called in to liberate the resistance. And who will march down our Champs-Élysées? Hillary? I saw my first member of the resistance at the airport in Brussels. The hero was wearing a black t-shirt with resistance boldly emblazoned across his chest. He was asleep. I did not want to wake him with troubling news. His fly was halfway down. Since then, I have seen black t-shirts everywhere in Washington, D.C., bearing variations on the resistance theme. The resistance, or simply resist, or hearkening back to Hillary, she persists, you resist. Nowhere is it reported that Trump has taken any notice, to say nothing of ordering out his brown shirts. It is possible that we shall endure such childishness into 2018. I believe it is. Comparing oneself to freedom fighters who face torture and death while one lounges in the Brussels airport may seem to normal Americans like a leap into fantasy. But it is nothing to the American left. It has been inhabiting a fantasy world since first Clinton administration. Those were the years in which it beheld then President Bill Clinton as the virgin president and Monica Lewinsky as the stalker. Ever since then, the left's condition has worsened. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. My name is John Brooker, and you can reach me through commentary on this video or through my Gmail listed here. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you.